hip hop in everyday life, man. I want to say one time for all the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM. I also want to say one time for the good people over at Live365.com, the official platform for our internet radio station, Ride 95. And I want to say one time for all the good people who are checking us out on Facebook Live right now, man. I love you guys. You guys could be doing anything else right now, but you're rocking with the show, and that I appreciate. Y'all rocking with me, and I'm rocking with you. So again, man, one time for y'all. Definitely hope for everyone is having an amazing day and an amazing start to a brand new year. We got all kind of crazy stuff going on in the world, but the one thing I got to say is let's just keep it tight, and let's just keep it right, and let's just keep it pushing in a positive direction. All right, real quick, let me let you guys know about our amazing sponsors, man, the people that definitely make this platform possible. One time for the good people over at Liquor Lollipops. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. Now, what Liquor Lollipops, what they do is they have their suckers, lollipops, but they taste like those drinks that you love, those nice spirits. You like gin and juice? They got it. You like sex on the beach? They got it. Again, premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. Now, y'all make sure y'all visit the good people at Liquor Lollipops at liquorlollipops.com. All right? Liquorlollipops.com. Make sure y'all let them know that Vic XL and the Riding Dirty Show sent you. And find out how you can possibly become a brand ambassador, or find out how you can have Liquor Lollipops at your next event or function. Let them know Vic XL and the Riding Dirty Show sent you. All right, a few things I got to remind you guys. Number one, make sure y'all follow us on YouTube at Riding Dirty TV. We got a lot of interesting programming over there. Make sure if you want to keep up with the latest music videos and news, you follow us on Instagram at Riding Dirty Radio. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, Riding Dirty Radio. And make sure you check out our playlist over on Spotify. We have two playlists for your listening pleasure. We have one called the Riding Dirty Radio playlist, and we have one called Country Rap Tunes for all those people who are definitely into the emerging industry of country rap music. All right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know the purpose of this platform is to bring you the people who are definitely changing our culture. The people that are moving, shaking, and reshaping the world, as I like to say, brick by brick, second by second, moment by moment. This platform is for everyone who has a story. And today is no different than any other day on the Riding Dirty Show. So welcome to the Riding Dirty platform.
Hi.
Miss, and I'm finna kick.
Hello, world.
Listen.
Hi.
I'm about to destroy your name. Is it Cydonie Brown?
Yes, perfect. Ding, 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 ding.
Woo!
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And guess what? You trying to be funny? How you know I like chicken? Who told you I like chicken?
Oh my gosh. Hey, I like chicken too. I like chicken wings more.
All right. So Cydonie, let's definitely get into it. First and foremost, because you have a very interesting story, and I'm going to just cross my arms, open my ears, and allow you to tell your story to the world that are listening, and all the people who are going to check out this show on the FM radio station, all the people that are going to check out the show on all the streaming sites. But we're going to give it to them, 30 minutes of Cydonie Brown. The first thing I want you to do is let the people know where you're from and what are some of your life experiences.
Okay, sure. I was born and raised in Fresno, California. I went to college at San Francisco State University, and right now I'm living in Connecticut.
Okay, all right. The home.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So I've been across 10 different states, 3 different countries. I don't know what you call it, a mini ambassador.
All right, the first thing I got to ask is, why so much traveling? Why so much travel?
Okay, well, it all started when I joined the United States Navy on a bet. I bet my brother $5 that I would get in the Navy.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, Cydonie, hold on. You mean to tell me a life experience, a occupation was
Yes.
only worth $5?
Hey, when you're 18, that's a lot of money. Yeah, so I vetted my brother because they were trying to recruit my brother. And I said, I bet you I'll get in. And he said, no, they're not going to put a woman in there. And eventually I passed the test, and a year later, I was flying out to boot camp.
All right, and what was your experience in the military like, and what branch did you choose?
Sure. I joined the United States Navy. I went to boot camp for women. It was in Orlando, Florida. They no longer have that anymore. They have it all integrated. But before, it was just women's only boot camp. So I went there, and I went out to school in San Diego. The Navy sent me to school in San Diego, and I learned to be a radio man. A radio man, I thought, wow, I'm going to be a DJ. Yay! No. A radio man is you listen and kind of work with secret codes to different countries and different communication signals. So it was definitely working in intelligence. I went to school there, and they said, okay, where you want to go next? I said, well, I don't know. You send me any places. I'm 19 years old. I don't know what to do. And he said, okay, we're going to send you to JA. And I said, yay, I'm going to Georgia. Here I am, boarding the airplane, thinking I'm going to Georgia. They sent me all the way to Japan. I thought it was a joke. I said, you're kidding. No, JA is Japan. Oh, that was a big culture shock for me. Because I didn't go on a civilian aircraft. I went on a military aircraft. So we had no windows, and we just sit in our seats and wait until we disembark. And we didn't have a passport at the time because in 1989, you can fly around in your military uniform and your military ID. You don't need a passport at the time.
Okay.
So everything was kind of a culture shock.
Cydonie, I hate to keep interrupting.
Yeah.
You do realize that Georgia is GA.
Young and dumb. I didn't know. My dad kind of isolated us. This is all you're going to live here for the rest of your life in California. I had no idea what was going on in the world. So now I do. I definitely know as of right now, 2021, JA is Japan and GA is Georgia. Thank you, Love, for explaining that to me.
I just felt like public service announcement. I just have to let you know. Okay, so upon your arrival in Japan, like, first of all, what was that like? I gotta ask, what was the cultural barrier like, and what was the language barrier like? Because believe it or not, I work for a company, and it's a Japan-based company. Like, when I first started with my company 4 years ago, we had a large amount of Japanese exports who taught us the business, and their culture is a lot different from our culture. So what was the culture like for you, and what was the language barrier like?
Oh, definitely there was a language barrier because I didn't speak Japanese at all. So, I would often kind of cry in my room because I was kind of forced to stay on the base. I wanted to go out and see Japan. I had a car, but I couldn't even read the signs. So I was like, oh, man, I got to do something. Not only that, when you go to the clubs, too, you don't know which one is a good club or a bad club. For the discos around the base, So it was like you were kind of forced to stay with your American coworkers. And I really wanted to explore because I'm in a unique situation here. So I just had to do what the Romans do. You just sat down in my room and started learning the language.
Okay, Cydonie, again, I got to interrupt. I just had someone, because we're also Facebook Live right now. I just had someone to say they thought,
okay.
They was like, hell, I thought J.A. was Jamaica.
Wow, you have an interesting and funny audience. You guys are hilarious. I love you guys. Wow.
So, bottom line, your ass was going somewhere.
Yes. Yes, my brown butt was in Japan.
Okay.
So I studied the language. I started because I noticed a lot of my coworkers too were feeling like I don't want to hang out with my coworker, but they're the only ones who speak my language and understand American culture. So I ended up teaching some of them, a lot of my coworkers, and bringing more Japanese people on base and starting up friendship clubs. And later that I realized this turned out to be a dating club. I'll say, wait a minute, this is not where I wanted it to go. A lot of my coworkers, the majority of them are men. And so they were going out with my female friends outside the base, my Japanese female friends. I'd say, wait a minute, we're here to exchange culture and language, and you guys are dating. That club ended real quick.
But I'm sure they definitely appreciated what you were bringing to the table.
Both of them did, yes. So after my tour, I decided to leave and go back to college because I was so impressed with the officers who I would talk with and give them instructions about where they're going to be flying to. And I was impressed with their demeanor, both male and female. So, you know what? I want to go to college. There's a lot I still don't even know about. So I eventually went to college and studied international relations. And then I went back to Japan, and they had a big earthquake there, the big Kobe earthquake. And then I came back to the U.S. and decided to work, but I was missing Japan. And it's a unique culture because, let me give you an example. They start from childhood that you have to respect your elders. And the kids in the classroom, there's no janitors in the classroom. The kids in the classroom clean up the class before they go home. That's ingrained into their culture. And also there's a food culture. They don't eat, they eat very small but different flavors to enjoy the whole meal. Whereas we don't, we just eat until it hurts. So there's a different side of freedom here. We have the freedom to eat what we want when we want. Over there, they have the freedom to eat any type of colors they want, but it's got to be in small proportions. And also just the language. They love American culture. They love the music. Oh my goodness, hip hop is huge over there. And they love the fashion, they love jazz music, they like soul food. Unbelievable. So they always try to learn as much as they can about us, but I wish someday we can do the opposite and teach them or learn about Japanese culture too.
Okay. All right, now I have to ask, how do they view African Americans?
The older generation viewed it like They're very aware, attuned to Martin Luther King. And the older generation are kind of like, what's wrong? How come Americans cannot get along? With the younger generation, they are very pro. They understand the discrimination, what's going on, because they hear it in the music. And the music is kind of how they get their information about Black culture here in the States. They really like Black entertainers. They love Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, but they do have. I met a guy on Facebook. He's Black. He lives in Japan, and he said sometimes he gets discriminated too. Like if he sits on a train, nobody wants to sit next to him. It's not they don't want to sit next to him because of the color of his skin. They don't want to sit next to him because they don't look like them. So there's a kind of like that kind of dynamic too, playing with the Japanese people. If you don't look like Japanese, they're like, oh, they're kind of standoffish. And they have this thing called uchi and naka. So if you're outside their little circle, they don't want to really have anything to do with you, even in their Japanese circle. But if you come, kind of break those walls down and try to reach out and be a friend, they would invite you. They're friends for life. I still have friends from 30 years ago in Japan. They value that friendship.
Wow, really?
So yeah, it's it's a different. Once you become a friend to a Japanese person, you will get like postcards from them or season cards because they celebrate 4 seasons out of the year. We just enjoy it, but they actually physically have festivals around it, and they will have a friend for life. Trust me.
Okay, all right. So let's fast forward to the future and your love for the food and your journey on YouTube.
Sure. In Japan, when I was on the base, my first Japanese word I learned was yakitori. That means fried chicken. But their fried chicken is different. They cut it up in little pieces and put it on a stick and grill it. So they eat 1 or 2 sticks. That's the same as eating barely half of a chicken wing. See what I mean? They're kind of like, they're really engaged to proportion size. So if you've been invited to a bar in Japan where they sell food, they will give you their shirt off their back. They would treat you with the utmost kindness at parties because they know that Americans like to eat a lot. But when I go by myself into a Japanese restaurant, the proportion size are a lot smaller. So that was hard for me to get used to, but eventually I lost a lot of weight based on that. But I learned to appreciate the different flavors of the foods and also the presentation. They're very big about that. Here, we put our food on a white dinner plate. And we got all our starches, our vegetables. They have it. Well, in Japan, they have it all in different. So it's a unique way how they view food. And I thought that is amazing. And also, in the Japanese supermarkets, they don't have a lot of aisles with canned foods, like canned tomatoes, canned vegetables. You see 1 or 2 aisles, but the majority of their food in a regular supermarket is fresh. You'll get your fish cut that same day. They won't put it on ice and put it in the freezer. They don't do none of that. It has to be fresh, or it won't sell in Japan.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. So when did you decide?
Yeah.
When did you decide to take your expertise and your experiences to YouTube and tell the people what they can expect from your YouTube channel and how are you blending the cultures?
Okay, sure. Well, my major in college is international relations. That means bringing two or more cultures together. And it can be based on history, it could be based on language. But my idea is to bring it with food because that is something we need to survive here on Earth. We can debate about history, we can debate about other things, but food would bring us together. And when I was approached with this idea back in August, one of my talent managers, he said, Cydonie, would you be interested in doing something like this? And, I said, I would do it one time, but I'm very busy with work. And he told me about a story in Japan about women. A lot of women are committing suicide because of Corona. The women are the first to leave a company when they start laying off people. And how do women survive? There's no other jobs out there. So they ended up ending their life. So, and I said, wow, I can't believe there's a high suicide rate. And he said, just bringing laughter and bringing people together, let's just try it. Well, okay. So it's about 3 housewives. Me, another housewife in Los Angeles. Her name is Akiko. And another housewife in the same area named Teresa. We all sit around and talk about Japanese food and American food. And I'm kind of like the Lucy Ball, Florence from the Jeffersons. I'm kind of like the person that kind of claps back at their comments. And it's in a fun way. And so we're all speaking Japanese, but it's in English subtitles. And I watched Japanese people who watched our YouTube videos, and I watched American people who watch our YouTube videos. They both laugh at the same time on the punchline. Now, people tell me that with comedians, it's hard for them to go overseas to tell jokes because they don't get it. But it's a little bit of understanding the culture and bringing it into the audience. Oh, my goodness. Once you crack that code, the floodgates were open for you. So remember that even in different cultures, because we have a lot of different people here in the States. We have Puerto Ricans, we have Jamaicans, we have Haitians, we have people from the motherland, Africa. And so for comedians to crack that code to make laughter in that country, oh my goodness, you will become a big star. You will become even a bigger star in that country. And so I learned to do that. And now it's a big hit, and we're continuing to reaching out to more audiences because some of the kids who watch me, they never seen a woman of color speaking Japanese. And then when they look at, I've noticed that when they look on the YouTube site, it's like, oh my God, if she can speak it, maybe I can. And that's why I encourage people to speak Japanese and to learn about different cultures because we're in this world together. Just like we were on that slave ship hundreds of years ago, we're in this world together. And if we can just keep reaching out and just trying to build relationships, build coalitions together, it'll make it a lot smoother in this world. It'll be a lot more open.
What has been your experience, or how is it working with the other 2 women? Like, how did y'all form that chemistry?
It was kind of natural. We're kind of in the same age area, but it was just a natural flow. They have experience in Japan. I have experience. Now they're living in America, and now they have an experience. They didn't know little things about, let me give an example. In Japan, for breakfast, they eat this stuff called natto, and we built our first show around that. Natto. They eat this every morning in Japan. You know what it is? It's rotten beans. I I cannot be in the same room when they eat that stuff. I was like, you guys are crazy. But they eat a little bit of it, but they have to eat it every morning. And to me, it smelled like farts. And they laughed at it because it's true, but they never thought about it. And then the U.S. laughed at it about who would eat something that smelled like farts. So that's where that chemistry of trying to balance out the culture, understanding each other, and making it funny, too. But seriously, they do eat this stuff called natto, and it's rotten beans. They call it fermented beans. I say it's rotten, it's gooey, it's the green, the mold, everything's on there. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. But it's disgusting to me, but to them, it's delicious. So striking that balance.
Excuse me for asking, but can you ask your other two co-hosts, does it make them regular? Because it just sounds like something that would make me very regular. Like I'm gonna start my morning off. Just before I go to work, let me get this up out of the house.
You are hilarious. I like you.
I'm just saying, like, first of all, you know what beans do to us. So rotten beans.
Yeah, it makes me chew a little bit more, yes.
90 seconds.
Real quick, because I just got my 90-second marker. What are your two co-host names? Shout them out and let the people know the name of the show and the YouTube channel. Cause Cydonie, I will talk to you all that gum day.
I know, love. I'd like to give a shout out to Teresa. She's a college professor, and she's on the show. And Akiko Cruz, she is on the show. And me,
60
Cydonie.
seconds.
Our channel is called Food Dots. F as in February, O-O, D as in December, O-T as in Tom, S as in Sam, and a little period. Food Dots. And there's lots of videos on there, but look for the one with the lady with the big afro. You would definitely see me on there.
Okay, so
they really love my afro in Japan. They love it.
So right now I'm looking. I just clicked on one. I didn't want it to play because it would play in the background, and it says buffalo chicken, Trader Joe's, turkey burger, Army's friendship
We're
bread.
talking about buffalo wings.
Okay.
Yes. In Japan, when you go to a restaurant, they only give you one wing.
10
and you
seconds.
have to be satisfied with that. And I was like, what? In America, we eat a whole bucket of Yeah, they only give you one wing in Japan. Just one.
So, this is crazy. Like, did y'all cast the show? Like, how did they bring you three together? Was it a casting or like I said, we could talk all day because I have a million questions for you.
I know. It was just a regular audition, and then they auditioned a lot of ladies, and they found out that, hey, there's a chemistry between these ladies. I never even met them before. Never, ever.
Like, I'm looking at something. Y'all got something that looks like is something up here that looks like a pancake? Like, I don't know, Cydonie.
Yeah, please just watch it. Show your love.
No.
Show your love.
Guess what? I'm subscribing right now.
Yeah.
I'm subscribing right now because I love.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing! Thank you, love. Thank you. The goal is to get at least 1,000 subscribers by June, and we just launched it in October. So please, every month we're going to play a different video. So please show your love, and hopefully a big network, TV network, will pick it up.
All right, I got a couple more questions I got to ask before they kick me off. Number one, how can people keep up with you guys on other platforms of social media? Because I see y'all have a tab for TikTok, y'all have a tab for Instagram and Facebook.
Right, right. I'm working on that right now because the show has exploded. Right now, all 4 shows have a total of 80,000 views and hundreds of likes. So I'm kicking, I'm screaming all the way into the computer, and I'm setting up. I will definitely send you the link and keep in touch with you.
Okay.
I had no idea it was going to explode like this.
All right. Have you had an opportunity? Because at some point, you got to bring forth some of our cultural things to them. Like, you got to introduce them to the red link sandwich.
I introduced them to Oreos right now. They never had an Oreo cookie before.
Are you? How about chitlins?
Stop it.
I mean,
that's it.
Listen, you got to show up with the fro and a crock pot of chitlins. If they eat the beans,
Let's start off slow. Let's do the black eyed peas first.
You know what, Cydonie? This is what you got to do. You got 12 months to plan this. On your New Year's Day show, 2022.
Yeah.
You got to serve collard greens and black eyed peas.
Oh, I wanted to do that this past week, but I was working overtime at work. But that's definitely. Oh, heck yeah.
You got to let them know. And then you got to hit them with the shout at. The greens is for the money, shawty. The greens is for the money, and the black eyed peas is for the coins. We trying to get that bag in 2022. You gotta talk to them like that too, Cydonie.
Oh yeah. You are too much. I'm serious. Oh, you're so old. Can't wait to meet you one day.
All right, well, Cydonie, listen.
Thank you.
I just subscribed. If y'all look at subscribers, because I have a YouTube channel as well. It's Riding Dirty TV, and I will be watching. I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. And I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you.
And I'm being
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
And being a fellow YouTuber, I love YouTubers. I realize how hard it is. Most of us who haven't hit that plateau, we still have jobs. So I realize how hard it is to create in between working. And I definitely I celebrate you. I celebrate you, and congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from Food Dots. Thank you.
I have some people. I was trying to find you on Facebook because I wanted to tag you because I have some people in my comments area, and they're asking me about Japanese tag team wrestlers named Buchi and Naka. You ever heard of them?
Okay, I gotta look that one up. Buchi and Naka.
They're wrestlers, and their finishing hold is the Nato. I don't know. I have some of the craziest people who check out the show.
Yep. Nato. Oh my God. Stay away from Nato. Stay away from that.
Okay. All right. So again, Cydonie, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come through and talk to us.
My pleasure. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you. You rock. Thank you for giving people of color a platform. You're the best.
All right. And with that being said, Cydonie, stay black, keep it gangster.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was Miss Cydonie Brown. She is definitely one of the hosts of the YouTube show Food Dots. Y'all definitely check her out on YouTube at Food Dots. That's FOODOTS. Let them know the Vic XL and the Riding Dirty Show sent you. All right? It's your boy Vic XL, and this is the Riding Dirty Show. Y'all, remember, stay black, keep it gangster. Till next time, peace.